Today, we're diving into building a powerful chat widget for n8n. This isn't just any chat widget, it's context-aware, meaning it understands exactly which page your customer is viewing. Plus, it's fully customizable and can be embedded anywhere on your website. We'll explore how to leverage this context awareness directly within your n8n workflows. To demonstrate everything, I've built a test website using Directus, which I'll explain in more detail as we progress. Directus is fantastic for creating stunning websites and web apps, and it includes a powerful MCP tool, perfect for agentic coding. The backend is equally impressive, and we'll dive into that shortly too. Let's dive into our fully configurable chat widget. You can grab this over at chatwidgetdesigner.com. There's even a free version available so you can follow along with the tutorial on my blog. I'll drop that link in the comments below. Here's the widget deployed live on a website. It's completely customizable to match your brand and requirements. But here's where it gets really exciting. We've configured routes for each button, which unlocks some seriously powerful automation capabilities. Let's jump into the n8n workflow. You'll see we have a webhook triggering our AI agent, which has access to several specialized tools. The first one is our Get Properties tool. Back on the website, imagine we've found a property we're interested in, this 2-bedroom studio in Leeds, for example. Now picture you're a prospective tenant wanting to arrange a viewing and ask some questions. When I click the viewing button, something magical happens. It calls out to our n8n instance and automatically sends the context of the page we're viewing. Notice how the agent already knows exactly which property we're looking at without us saying a single word. It's able to retrieve the full details of this specific property instantly. This opens up incredibly powerful automation possibilities. Let's check the execution history. Here's the execution that just triggered. If we inspect the webhook data, you'll see we're sending crucial information, the page URL, the context, and the origin path. In this case, we're extracting the property ID from the URL. Now let's open the AI agent node and look at the system prompt. It's quite detailed. Quick note, I can create a separate tutorial on advanced prompting techniques if you're curious about why I've combined XML and Markdown formatting. Let me know in the comments if that interests you. The prompt takes in our route from the webhook. Let me expand this. See here in the webhook, the route is set to viewings, which corresponds to our button configuration. Whenever that button is pressed, it sends the viewing-specific context through. You can see the URL data right here. In our prompt, we've got a dedicated section for viewings. The key instruction tells the agent, you can use the property ID from the URL with your tools, so it knows to extract that ID and query the Get Properties tool automatically. This same contextual awareness applies across all our other tools as well. Let's look at the List Properties tool. Now back on the website, imagine we're browsing but haven't decided on a specific property yet. We're starting fresh on the main Browse Properties page. I'll click Viewings again, and the workflow instantly recognizes we're on the Properties Overview page. I'll simply ask, what is available? Perfect. The agent queries our Browse All Properties tool and returns a beautifully formatted table showing all available properties, complete with direct links to view each one. Let's click through to a property. This one doesn't have an image configured yet, but you get the idea. Here's one with an image, much better. Notice how the chat context persists as we navigate between pages. Absolutely seamless. And the best part? We barely had to do anything. A simple, what is available? That was all it took for the agent to understand our intent and deliver exactly what we needed. This chatbot has access to our FAQs, and it can capture leads all through n8n. Let's imagine we're a landlord potentially interested in some services here. Great, it's giving me information about what it can discuss with us. I can ask, what are your fees? Perfect, it's coming back with the fee structure. Now let's say I want specific rates. It's asking for my details. I'll provide my name, Wayne Simpson, and my email address, Wayne@callcreative.io. Excellent. Now, what this should do is call one of our tools. Let's look at what's actually happening within our n8n workflow. Look how effortless that was. It already has the context of our conversation and knows exactly which tools to use. You can see here it's captured a lead using our lead capture tool with the Directus API. If we look at our Directus table and hit refresh, there I am, captured as a lead. Now imagine the automation possibilities here. You've captured the lead, and you could trigger an automation to notify a salesperson instantly, send a welcome email, add them to a nurture sequence. The options are endless. Really powerful stuff. Let's check the previous call on the FAQs. You can see it's queried our FAQs specifically by landlord category, returning all relevant FAQs that relate to landlords. It's got complete access to all of that information. Right, let's tackle something more complex. Imagine we're a tenant with a maintenance issue we need to raise. Press the maintenance button and watch what happens. The assistant understands the request, asks targeted questions, and creates a maintenance ticket for us. But here's the clever bit. Before submitting anything, it verifies we're actually a legitimate tenant. Let's report no heating or hot water for the past week, affecting the whole house, marking it as urgent, nothing else to add. The assistant confirms it'll get this sorted as quickly as possible, then requests our email address. This triggers a backend check to confirm we exist in the system, followed by a 4-digit verification code sent straight to our inbox. It's a basic form of two-factor authentication. Quick production note here, I'd recommend implementing this differently in a live environment, keeping the verification code outside the AI's access entirely. For this demo though, handling it programmatically works perfectly. Pasting the code, now. Excellent. The system's confirmed our identity, verified we're a registered tenant in the database, and just like that, the request is logged. Let's jump back to our back end and check the support tickets section. There it is, the ticket we just created. No heating or hot water, flagged as urgent with full tenant details attached. From here, you could easily extend this workflow, perhaps triggering automatic notifications to your maintenance team. And here's the exciting part. This isn't limited to property management at all. You could deploy this exact pattern for technical support in any sector you can imagine, absolutely any industry. So how does that 2FA work? Well, within our agent team, we've equipped it with a powerful tool for code generation. This tool generates a random 4-digit number, executes automatically, and passes that code straight back to the agent. The agent then sends an email containing the code, and because it's stored in the conversation history, it can verify that code when the user replies. Now, in a real-world production environment, you absolutely wouldn't want the AI having direct access to this code. Instead, you'd handle it programmatically. Give the AI a tool that simply sends the email and stores the code securely in your database. Then, when the user replies within the chat, you detect any 4-digit number, pass it out automatically, and cross-reference it against your database. Once verified, you'd send a confirmation flag to the agent, something like verified true in the database, which allows the conversation to continue down the authenticated path. If the code's incorrect, you'd flag it as false, block further progress, and let the AI inform the user they need to try again. Super powerful stuff you can build here. Let's dive into this directly, and I'll give you a complete overview of how this was built and how you can set up the API to use all these individual tools. Let's dive into Directus, the headless CMS powering our website alongside n8n. Directus is a content management platform that's incredibly versatile. You can build websites, applications, entire backends, all connected to your database in minutes. Plus, it exposes a powerful API that makes integration seamless. Now, here's what makes Directus truly special. It has an MCP server, and this thing is fantastic. You can connect AI tools like Windsurf, Cursor, Claude Desktop, even Klein, and watch them build for you. The AI understands database structures, table relationships, and complex schemas instantly, all through this single MCP connection. It can even create automations using Directus's built-in automation system, extend your API, and generate web pages automatically. Speaking of web pages, Directus uses something called blocks for visual editing. This is huge for content editors. If you're writing blog posts or updating website copy, you can visually select exactly what you want to change, no coding required. It's proper drag and drop content management. Setting this up is super straightforward. Once you've deployed Directus, head to the settings panel. You'll find an AI option. Just enable the MCP server there. You can even generate custom prompts based on which part of your application the AI is working on. Grab the integration code from the Directus docs, drop it into Claude Desktop, Windsurf, or Cursor, and you're ready to go. For deployment, you've got options. You can self-host Directus on your own server or use their cloud service. If neither sounds appealing, head over to railway.app. They've got a one-click template that gets you up and running instantly. I highly recommend checking Directus out. Once you've deployed Directus and enabled the MCP server, you can ask Directus to build your tables directly. It excels at creating data models, building relations seamlessly, and handling complex structures without issue. You can even ask it to build flows, which are automated workflows. For example, this support ticket creation flow uses a webhook triggered from the front end. Directus intelligently examines the tenant collection, checks the properties collection, relates everything together, and runs a script to create that support ticket with the correct points of contact. And here's the exciting bit. You could trigger a request to your n8n instance right here, extending this automation however you need. The MCP server can also create users and access policies for you. Basically, everything you see here, the MCP server can help create. You can even extend functionality with plugins from the marketplace. This is really powerful stuff, and I highly recommend checking it out. The AI functionality is absolutely fantastic. I'm still exploring and creating custom prompts for this, but I think it's going to be incredibly powerful. I'm certainly going to use it for my next web application to see how it handles building something complex. So that's been an overview of Directus and n8n integration, our AI agent, how it connects with a website, and how it uses smart context awareness. If you're interested, head over to chatwidgetdesigner.com to grab our chat widget. This is fully configurable with loads of different options. You can customize this welcome screen with pill buttons to replicate the behavior I'm showing during this video. We've got file uploads, complete table styling, everything you need to configure this and meet your business requirements. It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth checking out. There's also a free version available via our blog, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. Let me know if you have any questions. Please like and subscribe, and if there's anything from this video you'd like me to expand on, just let me know. I'll be happy to do so.